in Thai hospitals, they have nurses that done a few videos on the preparation of food used for tube feeding, including the ingredients, the precaution, how to cook, and how to store this food. I find that it's very useful because my mother has been on the diet, because the diet is quite standard across the hospitals. These diet are dietitian approved by the hospital, and the hospitals who do this video normally also supply the food to via of course people have to pay for it. They will supply to based on the demand. They will have a bulk of this food prepared fresh daily, and then people will come and collect from the hospital. That's what we are doing now. And I can say that after my mom has been taking this food, the tube feeding food from the tube bag, her health, she has really improved because her body is finally getting enough nutrition. Even that point where my mom could still eat on her own, she was a bit picky, and she always liked to eat. She has a very sweet tooth, so she liked to eat cakes and cookies, and she doesn't like the food like that is have more nutrition. So this has also affected her. But now on tube feeding, her body is absorbing all the nutritions are almost all complete. Whatever that is not complete is being taken care in a multivitamin, like vitamin C, because the food is being cooked, so vitamin B and C will be destroyed during the cooking process. This is being replaced in the multivitamin tablets that is also prescribed by the doctor. Now, what I will do is I will actually have I find that these videos are so useful and it's not available in English. I have attempted to translate to the best of my ability one of these videos from Saraburi Hospital where the nurse explained how to prepare, and I will provide the description in the link to my blog post in the description below. So please check out on the description on how the details on how to do the preparation if you wish to prepare food for your loved ones. Bear in mind that these are food that is being cooked. A person on tube feeding have a compromised digestive system. Their digestive system and their body is more sluggish because they are already less active. Since they cannot consume real, whole, proper food, they are taking food in puree form. What I've seen in the videos outside is that sometimes they use so-called health blends, whereby they use raw vegetable and fruits. I really advise against it because from the Chinese healing system perspective, raw food and blends are yin in nature. Yin means cooling, yin yang, they are cooling in nature. If a person have a sluggish digestive system, a sluggish circulatory system, you cannot give them yin food. Just like if we go to a Chinese practitioner, TCM doctor, and our body constitution is yin, they will ask us to stop taking fruits for some time when they prescribe us with Chinese medication. So if you use a fruit blend, raw fruit blend, it may make their digestive worse, and you will know this because every time before you give them a feed, you have to do the syringe test, right? You have to pull out to see whether they have digested previous food. If it's more than like 50 ml of food that you can pull using your syringe, means you have to wait for a while before an hour before you try again. If you give them this kind of fruit blends, you may find that the food is not digested because it's yin, it's cooling the body, and it actually make it worse. And worse still also, this is from what I noticed from my normal friends who actually who say that they got constipation and digestive issue, and they thought that taking salad is going to help. What they do is that they take salad and fruits regularly in the morning, very yin food, and they actually, not only that their constipation problem still remains, but they develop acid reflux. And they actually they always have a tendency to reflux. On a tube feeding patient, having the tendency to reflux is very dangerous. If the food travel upwards, there's a danger for aspiration pneumonia. So that is why sometimes when the food is not digested and they burp and the food goes upwards and it goes to the lungs, then it's going to be dangerous. So that is why I really, really recommend have the food cooked. Another concern is because if the food is not cooked, we don't know whether there is bacteria and all this, and their stomach is very sensitive. So if there's bacteria and all this, on the surface of the leafy vegetable, it may give them diarrhea. And if they have severe diarrhea, then you have to hospitalize them. So the cooked food, the instructions in the videos are quite clear. Initially, when you will need to also have separate to take note that if you decide to make the food for them, you need to have your blender, the pot that you're using for the cooking, the containers, the sieve that you're using, all should be separate from what you're using from the household. So you need to buy a separate set and keep for just the tube feeding. That is to avoid contamination. Even the sponge and the brushes that you're using to do the washing has to be separate. This is because from what the nurses have advised me, if the preparation are not done well, some of these patients actually got readmitted back to the ward for diarrhea. So you have to keep even your hand hygiene, everything very clean when you're doing the preparation. This is very, very important. So I hope that the video is going to help. Basically, there's so much of resources, I tell you, there's so much available in the Thai language videos. They not only teach about how to prepare this food, but they also talk about many issues that, because Thailand, they are very compassionate for the elderly. And they actually really take care of the elderly well. They actually take care of themselves. They don't send to homes. So they are also aware of the challenges that most of the time there's only one caregiver. So they cater videos like talking about how to lift the patient, how to clean, how to wash the hair, a lot of this, and even how to make the hand mittens to cover for Alzheimer's patient or any patient that might try to pull out the nose tube. So what I'll do is that I'm going to look through these videos in future. I'm very sorry, my understanding of Thai language is still limited. I can only translate videos that I can understand most of the content. I'm trying to learn up the language, and it's still there's a lot of limitation. But I'll do my best because I really want to help you guys. There are not a lot of resources available in the English speaking to support this. And I know many of you want, just like me, you want to do the best for your loved ones. So I will be coming up with more of this translation when time permits. But do check out the link in the description box below for this preparation for the tube feeding food, which I've translated from the Saraburi Hospital. I hope that this is going to help you. And then I will be probably doing one or more because even though they are quite similar, but there are slight variation in styles of cooking. So hopefully this helps, and do look out for more videos. I will provide in the description to help you take care of your loved ones. Thank you.